Hello and welcome to Human by Choice. I'm Robert Moore. I'm a counseling psychologist, a life coach, and a mediator, and someone who people always want to tell their problems to. And it doesn't bother me a bit. When I'm listening to them, they're trying to explain the very best they can of why they're having problems and what they're going to do about them. And I always try to encourage them because I do believe that all the answers to every problem you ever have is inside of you. You possess all your answers to all your questions. You just need somebody to ask you the right question. And so I asked them, what is an old saying that may pertain to the situation you're in right now? What has someone else gone through and brought a solution to the table in just a matter of a sentence or a few words? It's surprising when they stop and think about it. They realize that if there's an old saying about what they're going through, then they're not the only one who has ever gone through it. That's what we're going to talk about today. Old sayings next on Human by Choice. Today we are going to be talking about old sayings. Now, when I'm confronted with a situation and I want to keep my own emotions in check, I think of an old saying. And I know you're asking, what does an old saying have to do with anything? The answer is a lot simpler than you think. You see, in reality, an old saying is just that. It's a way that man has struggled to get across the idea of survival in such a way that it doesn't take all morning to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, it's taken thousands of years to get that down into one sentence, and in some cases, just a few words. Take, for example, let sleeping dogs lie. What does that mean? It means if you don't want to get bit, don't wake up the dog. I've seen families who have such internal animosity and painful memories towards each other, it's completely divided the family in two. They don't have any idea what's going on. When I talk to them, about the issues surrounding the split, they can't have any resolve. There are just no answers. They're stumped. And in order for these families to survive and move on with their lives, I tell them they have to establish a set of boundaries by which each of them must adhere to. Now, this can be done verbally or non-verbally depending on the circumstance, but we know how passive-aggressive we all are, so we have to be forced to actually verbally communicate and talk about the things that hurt us the most. So what is the result for the family? Well, they agreed to disagree and stay in their own corner. They didn't choose to bury the hatchet or let bygones be bygones. For this family, there was just too much water under the bridge. You get it. You see, the families realized they would never see eye to eye on the problems. So they decided to go their separate ways and no longer fight about the issue. I know what you're thinking. This is no way to handle family matters. And in most cases, you're absolutely correct. But what do you do when no one's willing to say they're sorry? What's your answer when no one is willing to be wrong? When the victim is continually victimized, what do you do then? Come on, sometimes a brother or sister isn't even friend material. Our family does come first. However, we must have a set of standards we live by and draw a line in the sand when it comes to how we want to be treated. Sometimes we're accused of treating strangers better than we treat our own family. You see, our friends are strangers that we have met multiple times and learned a little bit about their lives. And we've grown fond of the strangers. And then we move them from the stranger box to the friend box. Now, you can move a sibling or a cousin to a friend box, but you can't move them to a stranger box. I mean, we've seen family members act towards each other as if they were strangers, but we know they're not, and it's a little uncomfortable. And why do you always have to do it at parties? Seriously, stop it. Talk about it, quit being passive aggressive, and quit acting like that around everyone else. Just a side note. I mean, there's no real easy answer to how we're to treat the people in our lives. Well, with kindness and patience should be the standard, but these cute Facebook posts designed to make us feel guilty for wanting to strangle our sibling, they're a dime a dozen, and they only make us feel frustrated and put through the ringer. For some, the only way they can survive is to treat their family like strangers and their friends like family. It breaks their heart to do this. But they know it's better to quit while they're ahead instead of putting their foot in their mouth. They don't want to say things that they will regret later. It takes time to learn to be patient with those who may not deserve your patience. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Practice each day on biting your tongue before you bite off more than you can chew. Remember, it's not what you think that gets you in the most trouble. It's what you say. So when you button your shirt in the morning, don't forget to button your lip while you're at it. Be nice to each other as best you can be. And when everything goes south, still be nice. Well, I hear the fat lady sing, so I guess I'm going to stop for now. I'm Robert Moore. You've been listening to Human by Choice. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and do all that stuff that everybody does on YouTube. I'm just starting. I'll get the hang of it. But I hope you'll come back, because we're human, and that's all we are. And if we will learn to embrace our frailties, and if we'll learn to embrace our limitations, we can do great things.